Hi everyone, blessed be. I wanted to show you today how to make a simple shaker, and bells can be used in rituals for cleansing and protection, and I thought I would show you an item that you can make so that when you are doing a ritual you can shake some bells and use those as part of your practice. So first of all, what I've done is I've taken a twig that's I actually picked these up from my local craft store. They've already been like whitewashed, and it's birch by the looks of it because of how thin the bark is and it's peeling off. And I started off by finding an interesting shaped stick, and I've got these golden bells which I picked up from my local craft store, and what I thought I would do is attach the bells to the stick and use the stick as a handle. And what I'm doing is, first of all, I tried a couple of different ways, and I tried gluing the bell directly on, but then that affected the sound. And what I do is I'll select the bells depending on the sound they make. So if I don't like the sound of the bells, I won't use them. I'll just use the ones I like the sound of. And you can pick whether you want a higher pitch sound or a lower pitch sound, depending on the size of the bells that you choose. And these are fairly cheap. These are just from the local craft store, and it was about £1 or £2 for like a whole little bag full of these little bells. And what I'm doing here is every so often you'll see me shake the bells. It's so I can hear what they sound like together, like this, just to see if I like the sound and like how high or low the sound is, and whether the bells work well together. And what I decided to do was to fasten them on with a little bit of floristry wire in the same colour. This just makes it so that the bells can still shake and it doesn't dampen the sound at all. I found if I just glued the bells directly onto the sticks, it muffled the sound of the bells a little bit, so I didn't want to do that. And then I chose which bells I wanted to use, and I chose 3 of the large ones and 3 middle-sized ones, and used those for my shaker. And it's just a case of giving them a bit of a shake, see if you like the sound of them, and then attaching them to the handle made out of the stick, which is what I am doing here. What I also do as well is once I've wrapped the wire around, I'll put a little dab of hot glue on just to make sure that the wires stay in place, and also to cover up any sharp pointy bits, because I don't want any sharp edges on this, obviously, because I'm going to handle it. At this stage I selected some of the tiny bells to see whether I like the sound of them. I didn't, so I like the sound of these middle-sized ones, and attached 3 of those as well. It's just a case of twisting the wires around and keep gluing everything into place. And once you're happy with the bells that you've chosen and you've attached them all to your stick, then it's a case of deciding how you wish to decorate. You could just have the plain stick as it is with the bells on top. You could add sigils or symbols, decorate it in any way you want. You could use more natural materials to decorate it. You could simply do some more wire wrapping or something like that. There's a few different ways you could decorate the handle. You could paint it, you could sort of do like a sort of dip dye thing where like the end is a darker colour, like a gradient thing, so the end is a darker colour than the rest of it, kind of like I did for the wand that I made. So as you can see here, I've selected 6 bells. You can have as many bells as you like or as few as you like. You could cover the whole thing completely in bells if you wanted. It's up to you. It depends if you like the sound. And then I decided to choose pink and white ribbon. I just felt these would work the best and would make it look a little brighter and to decorate it. So what I did was just stuck the end of the ribbon into place with a little bit of glue and then wrapped the ribbon around in a kind of a spiral pattern to decorate the handle. And it's just a case of putting a little bit of glue on the end as well, just to make sure that the ribbon stays in place. And what I'm doing is I'm gluing underneath so you can't see the glued part when using this. And I just hold it for a few seconds and then cut off the excess. And I did this around all 3 prongs of the stick, just being careful not to tangle any of the bells up in it, not so I don't muffle the sound of them or anything. And I just feel it looks a lot better with a little bit of bright colour, or just a little bit of ribbon wrapped around. Now obviously you could use ribbons associated with whatever season it is, whatever Sabbath it is. So for Yule you could use more your sort of reds and golds and white, or you could just have white, so it's like a universal colour. You could have green for a prosperity and abundance and health. You could have black ribbon for protection. There's lots of different colours you could use, and obviously you could have gold or silver bells. You can get bells in different colours, but it's kind of hard to find them at the craft store. They tend to be gold or silver bells, or you might find some that are like a sort of brassy colour. And then what I did was, in the opposite direction, I wrapped around some white ribbon to overlap the pink and cross with the pink as it went round. This kind of made me think of like a maypole, like when I did that maypole altar decoration. So maybe this is something you could use around then. And I made sure I wrapped it around all 3 prongs of the stick as usual, as I did with the other one. And obviously you could keep going and cover the whole thing and make it look like it's got lots of ribbon weaved around it if you wanted, or you could do what I did and just stick to 2 colours. And then I cut off any little sharp bits sticking out and put a little bit of hot glue on the end. And then I've got some of these little mini pine cone things, and I've used these to decorate the stick. Oop, that one fell off. You could add little charms, like little pentacle charms, moon symbols, anything like that to it as well. I chose just to stick to natural objects. I think what I would do if I did this again is I'd probably weave more ribbon around it. And once you've got hot glue on all the ends, just to make sure there's no sharp edges, no bits that are going to create splinters or anything. And obviously just remove any excess glue if it falls onto the bells, and give it a little shake. And here I'm showing you could add a charm if you wanted. I decided not to in the end. And that's it. That's how to make a simple shaker. Bell shaker. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bless it be, and bye for now.